Hey guys, back with another one. Back with another one. I'm sorry that I've been holding this off, but I've been putting actually content in priority status, as I would call it, and putting up what I think that is most important to be talked about first and then everything secondary. So yeah, I've been pushing this back for the last couple of days, but it's definitely something we're going to speak on because not only, are, commentators fighting with one another, okay, and people like China coming onto the scene, one of the Malones stirring up mess, just to get views and clicks and all this stuff so she can get herself a check on the 21st. There are also people that don't need to even be out here, acting up like this that are. And there's a lot going on. We're gonna talk about it. And I just wanted to bring this to head earlier this morning because at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be doing some other updates and also talking about the Netta and Charles big time skit, big time funny, but big time a lot of mess going on. You know what I'm saying? But before I get into all that, I wanted to talk about this situation with disrespectful Soldier Boy, who definitely is trying to catch a fade and probably will catch a fade when Blueface gets out. I just hope it doesn't backfire on Blueface, him retaliating against Soldier Boy. I think that it's a setup. I think that Soldier Boy knows that he is, one up on him, and he's free, and nobody's paying him any attention. Hey, Latisse. Hey, Wendelina. Latisse means Rosen, Buttercup. Hey, hey. Yeah, so I really think that, yeah, Soldier Boy really does want to catch a fade. You are correct about that. Yeah. But see, I'm gonna tell you something. And the reason why I definitely wasn't gonna, I was gonna at first delete this live and just say, it's old, whatever. I don't want to talk about it no more. But I wanted to bring it up because this is a good example of how he's gonna get jammed up, Blueface, if he feeds into what um, you know, uh Soldier Boy is saying. Good morning, sis. How you doing today? By Key. And they're gonna end up getting into something. Yeah, that's crazy, is right. And I'm gonna let you guys listen to some of what I edited out. I had to edit it. It wasn't much of what I heard because I wasn't actually on the live when he was live, but he's a very disrespectful dude and he needs to check himself before he wrecks himself. Now, his girl already went to court. She's looking to get from Blueface, which we know Blueface doesn't have that, $10 million. So I don't know if he's trying to get Blueface in that trap of, keeping him going and disrespecting his baby's mother, Soldier Boy's baby's mother, and and disrespecting Soldier Boy, and then that price goes up. I don't know what his motive is, but the world is only but so big, and eventually they're gonna meet up in the same circle and somebody's gonna end up getting hurt. And it just seems to me like Soldier Boy wants that smoke. And for what? We see in real life in these streets, if you really are about that life, that nothing good comes out of these internet wars, these street wars on the street, because the street wars are where people put in the work, and we see people get unalived behind pettiness. And it's just really unfortunate that Soldier Boy wants that kind of smoke with Blueface when he gets out. I know that Soldier Boy is not a dummy. He knows how the system works. He knows that Blueface is not going to be in jail for 4 years. He knows that Blueface is not in jail getting violated. So he's just being like a little kid saying some of the things that he's saying. Soulja Boy is trash. Y'all are crazy. Soulja Boy is trash. She just blatantly says Soulja Boy is trash. I don't know what just happened, but I was moving around some things and it kicked me out of my live. So I'm trying to move my computer another angle here and it just kicked me out. So I don't know what's going on, but we're back. But I'm going to let you listen to what Soulja Boy had to say. A lot of y'all heard some of my shorts video. It did have to be highly edited because what he was saying was a little bit out of pocket. But I'm not surprised. So let me go find that right quick. But yeah, Soulja Boy needs to slow his roll. He really does. He's doing too much. Talking about his child, but then again, you gonna sit up here and disrespect somebody else's. You've been
in jail for 4 years. Hey! You think I'm finna get on the internet banging the hood? You dumb as stop playing. I told you to watch your mother when you talking about my mother son. Now you getting in the ran on you. I heard what happened. I heard them playing in your in that jail. It was all fun and games at first, right? I heard them playing in your in jail. Put that on Zeus Network. I heard trains on you. Stupid. Don't never in your life speak on my son. Ow. Oh God, you got me. This the best thing that could have happened in jail, cause you was gonna out here speaking on my son in these streets. Stupid looking, oh baby, yo baby mama, both of y'all gonna rot under the jail. Eat a stupid. You talking about? Big Draco get the last laugh. You talking about? It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. And I hope they night, all night. I hope they stick mouth, ear, and for the next 4 years every night. You deserve it. I ain't gonna lie, you deserve it. If anybody else deserve it, you. Don't never get on the internet talking about my son. I you about my son. Oh God. If anybody in the county jail seeing this, I got 10,000 cash. That Blueface in the. As soon as you see him, knock him out and put in his. Don't never speak on the son. Don't never speak on the. And you owe my baby mama 10 million. We need that money ASAP.
So it sounds like maybe he was treated like that in jail before too, so he knows what's going to happen. So-called allegedly to Blueface, because back in the day there were stories of Soulja Boy being considered or a snitch. Okay, and there was one point in time he was labeled to me like another to what's it to I can't even pronounce it. Tekashi 6ix9ine. So I don't know how all of a sudden he got hard. I don't know where he got his stripes from, his credentials, or whatever. But he needs to sit his little behind down somewhere because he's doing the most. And I really it ain't. If there's one thing I can't stand is a dude that's acting like a female, trying to get a dude jammed up that's trying to fight for his freedom now and get out and get working, like Blueface is doing right now. And every time, he tries to do it, he's jamming it up for himself by like them catching what they caught inside of his cell. But at the same time, we also have to look at it like this. You never kick a man when he's down. And I think that that is exactly what Soulja Boy's doing. I don't have respect for no dude like that. You're worse than a female, because usually those are traits of a female. Sometimes when females are very intimidated by another female, they tend to do, things like what Soulja Boy's doing. He's not gonna have any good days for it. We already know that if Blueface saw him in person, he probably would hook off on that dude, and it would be on and popping. But see, what I think would happen would be, it's all a setup. If Blueface puts his hands on Soulja Boy would probably sue him. It wouldn't be about no thug fighting and all that other stuff like you think it's gonna be. Just because of what you're hearing him say, that don't mean that's what it's gonna be about. It might be about some sucker move. And he end up saying, oh, you put your hands on me, I'm going to sue you. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like Blueface should really tread lightly with that. Leave that alone. That spells danger for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what made. I guess maybe when he found out he got the 4 years, that's what triggered Soulja Boy to go to the left and say some of the stuff that he has said. I don't know what it is, but I don't. I never respected or understood people who praise the downfalls of others. I never respected people that were like that, and I really think that from the test of time, Soulja Boy's been, um, you know, uh, always celebrating the downfall of Blueface, like he is intimidated and jealous of Blueface. And I'm the type of person, if I'm jealous of somebody, you ain't gonna know about it. Simple as that. You ain't gonna know about it. I think Soulja Boy need to stay in his place, stay in that little house that he be in, rolling up his blunts and talking to his audience and minding his business before he messes around and gets his feelings hurt. Because I'm gonna tell you something, Blueface ain't always got to put paws on nobody. Y'all better look at the big picture. He can always pay somebody some short money to do something stupid as well, which I hope he wouldn't be stupid to do that either. But you just never can tell when somebody might just take you there. I mean, there's sometimes people be in the comment sections talking mess, and I'd be like, if I could only just get to them, just give me 60 cents if I could in real life, they would be done for. And I don't mean I would unalive nobody, because it ain't worth all that. But they'd be out of here. Hey, Marcus. But yeah, it's really sad what people do when they're trying to destroy. And people are, a lot of people are heated because they're looking at it like, Chrisean Rock and Blueface, they've been playing around, with this system. And then they've been playing around with the fact that the algorithm has been in the good graces for them so that they can make a couple of coins real quick. You know what I'm saying? And get their money right. And people are mad, so when people get mad, they display it. How can two people who are incarcerated, or even when they weren't incarcerated, they wasn't taking social media serious and all the money that was out here to be made serious? And sometimes people get in their feelings. They start to say, why are they giving these people to shine that ain't even working really hard for it? You know what I'm saying? And they start getting, remorse and resentment, and then they start making up these false allegations that are not true, because we all see that that this is how rumors start. We're talking about Soulja Boy, who tries to perpetrate himself as a street dude that's sitting up here making up false allegations of Blueface being violated in jail. You know what I'm saying? He's been locked up too, and there were rumors around that time too of him getting violated. So let's talk about that. Clear that up. Let's see your paperwork of how it worked out for you when you was locked up. I don't think he'll do that. You know what I'm saying? But yet and still, he's trying to talk about somebody who's not around to defend himself. And Soulja Boy's pretty good at doing that. He's been doing that not only to Nature Boy. I mean, I said Nature Boy. Ooh, child. He's not only good at doing that to Blueface, but he's done this to other people. But if you notice, he does it behind social media. He's not in these streets getting loud, acting like he's a beast, like he's that dude. He does that all the time on social media. You got to understand, social media is an outlet for cowards. It has given people that are cowards an outlet to shine, to get attention, to say things that they otherwise would not say if they had the chance to say it. To somebody's face. They rather just say it online and act like some tough guy. And people who can relate to them usually relate to them because they're just like them. They're not going to say anything to nobody's face. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to walk up to nobody and do nothing. They're just going to say all these things online and think that, they're going to get away with it. But we've seen in the past, and I hope that this doesn't happen, that people get seriously hurt moving the way that Soulja Boy is moving. He needs to keep his mouth closed and and move in silence. If he don't like Blueface, there's no reason for him to have to be around Blueface. You stay where you're at in your lane, and Blueface will stay in his lane. I think that when Blueface gets out, I think at this point he's smart enough to realize, even with women, that people are trying to, if I can't bring nothing to the table to give them, and I'm the taker, that I need to stay away from these people, because if they don't get what they want from me, it ain't no telling what they'll do to me. He can wound up back in jail feeding into these people who are trying to trigger him into doing something stupid. He does not have 9 lives anymore. He's got a few more times after he gets out. Not even a few more. Let me rephrase that. He's got probably one good time to get out, and if he does something after he gets out this time, he's going away. I feel it. And I know people know that Blueface is going away and Chrisean Rock. If she even lets Blueface get out and trigger her to not be responsible, she is going to go away for a long time. There's not going to be any, let's feel bad for Chrisean Rock. It's going to be out of God's hands, because a lot of times we pray on God when we need God, but it's not God who puts these people in these situations. It's people who put these themselves in the situation. Hey, Houston, I know people that's locked up. I mean, we all know people that are locked up, but what I'm trying to say is that the way things are going and how people are moving towards each other on social media, to me, is very cowardly. So today, just to let y'all know, I am going live again at 3 o'clock. I had edited the Charles and Netta. I want y'all to see the slop that Charles made for Netta. We're gonna really break it down about them. I know that's really like commentary we're gonna do just to break the ice and get all the tension that's in the air with this, Chrisean Rock and Blueface, and when are they getting out, and when is this and when is that, and to be able to have a chuckle. But at the same time, trust and believe, Netta and Charles got some mess with them. You know what I'm saying? And they get caught up from time to time, and it seems lately more than usual. In their own mess too on social media. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna call out a lot of things that I have seen. In between the time of being entertained by Charles and Netta, they got some mess that they got with them, and we're gonna talk about it at 3 o'clock. Also, we'll be doing some updates on Chrisean Rock and Jaden Alexis. Poor Jaden Alexis, man, she's catching it out here on social media, and I think it's unfair, and I think that people took it the wrong way. What they are saying about Jaden Alexis at this particular time, I think that people are just trying to keep mess going that don't need to be going. Um, Playing for Blueface, I don't know. But like I said, I'm gonna definitely be speaking on that today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I have another video going out. I always say I got another video going out at 6 and I never even make it to 6. But yeah, I'm gonna have to pipe it down and start doing my 6 o'clock lives. I have not done them in some time and it's starting to show. So we're gonna have to pretty much start doing our little what I call my late night lives, which will be at 6 p.m. and play catch up with all this stuff that's happening before the morning comes. By the time the morning comes, honey, it's too much for me to catch up with because there's just so much stuff going on. But yeah, again, Chrisean Rock, she's owes 30 days for the probation community service. She got less than 14 days to do. She'll be out on September 7th and she'll have to bail out for 25%. Now, I mean 25,000. Now, I don't know. I seen somebody say 25,000, 10%. So I don't know if she got to pay that whole 25,000 cash or is it 10% of the 25,000? That is what I wanted to talk about as well. I don't have anything. Yeah. So I don't know. So I wanted to figure that. I was looking into that. Okay, so it's 2,500. So she don't pay the whole. So thank you for confirming that. Cuz I did see somebody put in their blog post that Chrisean 25,000 10% of that. And a lot of but I didn't see I seen other blog posts saying 25,000 but they didn't include the 10%. Now that makes a big difference. That makes a big difference. So all the people and I'm glad that you said that cuz I figured it was 10% of 25,000 when I seen that they put 10%. And I was so glad to see the 10% because there was a lot of haters talking about she don't got 25,000. Yeah, but she'll have 2,500 if you don't think she got $25,000. She got 2,500. Well, I know somebody that I had a bill put on them after they had did the same thing, a violation of their probation. They actually had to do more than 30 days. I think it was 90 days, and then they had to bond themselves up, bail themselves up, bond, bail, whatever it's called. And so I don't know. Like I said, I don't work in the legal system and I'm not gonna go back and forth. Maybe you're right. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you about it, Lucky Clover, because to be honest with you, you could be right. I can't argue about something that I'm not knowledgeable about. Maybe if Tiffany was in here, which she's not, she could probably educate us on that. But she's not. So, I'm not gonna go back and forth about that. And that wasn't why I'm really up here. I was up here to speak on the Soulja Boy situation and how he went about that foolishness the other day. Like I told you, I had put this out today because I put out what I put out in the order of what I felt was the most important. And talking about, little boy, Soulja Boy, that still talking about Chrisean Rock's kid Junior, he needs to get slapped in the mouth. And he's just really out of pocket. 1 minute you're saying disrespectful stuff about Chrisean and her son, and then the next minute you're apologizing. So which one is it? You're supposed to be a real gangster. You should stand on the word that you say, mean what you say, and say what you mean. But see, there ain't no such thing as no gangsters no more. Okay, they're wanksters. Sorry to leave it excellent, but yes, 2,500 is 10% of. Okay, so she'll be definitely able to get out. She's probably planning right now because I'm quite sure she doesn't have that money on her, but she's probably planning right now someone she can trust to get to that money, or someone she knows that can bail her out. And as soon as she gets out, she can give them back the money. And better yet, I'm quite sure maybe Blueface is gonna have or already paid the bills bombing, through WAC 100 or Bodine to pay that, so when she gets out, she can leave on the 7th. She's got to make sure she's back on the 28th. I hope that she don't, all of a sudden be back at square one. You just never know. People can sometime be put through the ringer like Chrisean Rock did, and then still get out and mess up again. So I hope that's not the situation. Back then, if you bring up someone's child, exactly, Buttercup. Now people do it like it ain't no thing. Exactly, Buttercup. You already know. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to see him have that same energy when Blueface gets out. But we all know he's not. That's why I wasn't staying on here too long to talk about it. Because, I'm coming back on here at 3:00, and that's what we really want to focus on is staying updated with Chrisean Rock. Hello, Vet, and Blueface, and like I said, I'm starting to put the new content out. Netta, Charles, and Netta. We got to have some type of I was gonna mess with the King of Queen of Kings, but nah, that's too boring for me. You know what I'm saying? And salute Cyrus, but I can't even go 100% mad because Blue opened the door. Yep, he sure did. And right, and he was doing stuff to trigger people. Blue was. Not only was he triggering Chrisean Rock, but he was also triggering Soulja Boy and some other. What is it? What's his name? LA Chopper or whatever his name is. He was messing with him too. So this is what happens: an eye for an eye. I don't know. But listen, we're not gonna stay long on Soulja Boy. I'll be back on here at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the updates with Chrisean Rock and what's going on with poor Jaden. They're all over social media dragging that poor girl. And all right, NLE Chopper. And then we'll be also updating you guys with the Netta, Honey, and Charles. So y'all don't want to miss that. So I'll see you guys at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love y'all. Stay blessed and I'm out. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. Mwah.